Hello, friends! Welcome back to the channel. There was a young girl named Maya who kept an old sealed envelope inside a locked box in her drawer. The envelope had been there for over 10 years, and it was from her father. The day he passed away, she never opened it. She was angry. Angry that he had been absent most of her childhood. Angry that he missed her birthdays, her graduation, her wedding. Even after all this time, she still couldn't forgive him. Years passed. One evening, after yet another fight with her husband, she sat alone in her room, reminiscing about her childhood. Her eyes fell on that old box. With trembling hands, she opened it. Inside was a small, yellow envelope tied with a faded blue ribbon. Maya sat on the edge of her bed, her heart pounding as she broke the seal. Inside the envelope were a few crumpled pages. With shaking hands, she unfolded them, revealing a short note written in her father's familiar handwriting. My dearest Maya, I know I wasn't there enough. Not because I didn't love you, but because I was working 2 jobs to pay for your school, your dancing lessons, your dreams, your future. If you're reading this, please remember, sometimes love doesn't show up in hugs. It shows up in sacrifice. Accompanying the note was a worn photograph. It was a picture of Maya as a little girl sitting on her father's shoulders, both of them smiling at the camera. The memory of that day, the warmth of her father's embrace, the echo of his laughter, all of it came flooding back to her. Tears welled up in her eyes as she reread the note, realizing the depth of her father's love. He hadn't been an absentee father out of neglect or indifference. He had sacrificed, struggled, and loved her in the quietest way possible, working tirelessly to provide for her future. For the first time, Maya saw her father not as a distant, absent figure, but as a man who loved her deeply, whose actions were driven by his profound affection. In that moment, years of anger and resentment melted away, replaced by a profound sense of understanding and love. As the weight of his sacrifice settled upon her, Maya felt a deep sense of remorse for the years of misunderstanding and anger she had held on to. His love had been a constant, unwavering presence in her life, even when she couldn't see it. Now, let's move on to the next story. A young boy once asked his mother, "Why do we have to wait until our birthday to celebrate being alive?" His mother, wise beyond her years, replied, "Every day is a gift, my son. And the greatest gift we can give ourselves and others is the gift of love. It's not something we celebrate once a year on our birthdays, but every day we live. Love is the most precious gift we can receive or give. It's the glue that holds families together, the light that guides us through darkness, and the strength that helps us overcome challenges. It's not just a feeling, but a choice we make every day to be kind, compassionate, and supportive towards one another. We don't need a special occasion to celebrate love. Every day is a chance to show love in our own unique ways." The boy thought about his mother's words as he went about his day. He noticed that when he played with his friends, they often argued and fought. But when they shared and helped each other, they had more fun and were happier. He realized that his mother was right. Being alive and having people to love and care about was a gift. And showing love and kindness was the best way to celebrate that gift. From that day on, the boy made an effort to show love to everyone around him. He would help his friends when they were sad. He would listen to his teachers and show respect to his parents. And he would appreciate the beauty of nature and the people in his life. As the boy grew older, he never forgot the lesson his mother had taught him. He became known for his kindness and compassion, and was loved by everyone in his community. He understood that showing love was the most precious gift he could give and receive, and he made sure to do so every day. So, remember, every day is a gift, and the greatest gift we can give and receive is the gift of love. Let us strive to show love in our actions, words, and deeds, making the world a better place for all. Now let's move on to the next story. In a bustling city, a young woman named Ella worked tirelessly as a nurse, caring for patients day in and day out. Despite her demanding job, Ella always dreamed of starting a family and raising children of her own. However, as the years went by, she began to feel the weight of societal expectations and the ticking clock of her biological clock. Worried that she might never find a partner and have a family, Ella found herself becoming increasingly frustrated and anxious. One day, while scrolling through social media, Ella came across an article about a fertility clinic that offered egg freezing services. Intrigued, she decided to visit the clinic and learn more about this option. After speaking with the doctors and learning about the process, Ella decided to freeze her eggs. She felt a sense of relief, knowing that she had taken control of her future and preserved her options. Over the next few months, Ella continued to work, but now with a newfound sense of peace. She no longer felt the pressure of the ticking clock and was able to focus on her career and personal life. She also began attending social events and being more open to meeting new people, but without the desperation that had clouded her judgment before. One evening, Ella met a charming man named David at a friend's party. They hit it off immediately and started dating. A year into the relationship, Ella decided to tell David about her frozen eggs. She was nervous about how he might react, but David surprised her with his level-headedness and support. He understood her desire to have a family and respected her decision to take control of her reproductive health. With David's unwavering support, Ella decided to move forward with the IVF process. After several rounds of hormone injections and blood tests, Ella finally got the news she had been waiting for. She was pregnant. Over the next 9 months, Ella and David eagerly prepared for their baby's arrival, decorating the nursery and buying all the necessary supplies. When their baby girl, Emma, was born, Ella felt an overwhelming sense of love and gratitude. She knew that she was blessed to have found a partner like David who supported her through her journey and to have taken the step to preserve her fertility. Looking back, Ella realized that her decision to freeze her eggs had given her the time and peace of mind she needed to navigate the complexities of dating and finding the right partner. It had allowed her to focus on a career and personal growth without the constant pressure of the ticking clock. She also realized that the fertility journey is unique for everyone and that there is no right or wrong path to parenthood. Now let's move on to the next story. A woman once found an old box filled with letters in her attic. Curiosity sparked. She opened the box, revealing a collection of yellowed envelopes tied with a faded ribbon. Each letter was addressed to her in a familiar yet distant handwriting, the handwriting of her father. Intrigued and slightly apprehensive, she sat on a nearby chair and began reading the letters. The first letter was from when she was 7. It read, "My dearest daughter, I know I'm not with you as much as I'd like, but please believe that my love for you knows no bounds. I work tirelessly to provide for you and give you the best life I possibly can. Know that every moment I'm away, I dream of being with you, always and forever. Your loving father." The words struck her like a punch to the gut. She had never seen this side of her father, this tenderness, this raw honesty. As she delved deeper into the letters, she discovered that her father had written one every year on her birthday, each filled with love, pride, and apologies for not being there more. The letters painted a picture of a man she didn't know, a man who loved her fiercely despite his absence. Through his words, she saw glimpses of the sacrifices he'd made, the struggles he'd endured to give her a better life. Each letter brought a new wave of emotion, sadness, anger, confusion, but mostly a profound sense of loss. She realized that she had judged her father too harshly, assuming he didn't care, when in reality he loved her more than he had words. The final letter was from last year, a mere 3 months before he passed away. In it, he expressed his wish to mend their relationship, to build the bond they'd missed. He spoke of his regrets and his hope for their future, ending with, "I love you, my darling girl. Always and forever, Dad." Tears streamed down her face as she read the last line. She felt a deep sense of remorse for the years of hurt she'd caused him, for the opportunities to connect that she'd missed. The attic, once a place of storage, had become a place of healing, a space where she confronted her past and discovered the truth of her father's love. As she carefully placed the letters back into the box, she made a promise to herself. She would honor her father's memory by living a life filled with love, understanding, and forgiveness, just like he had shown her. From that day on, she carried the letters close to her heart, a reminder of the enduring power of love and the importance of cherishing every moment.